morning. It's about 6 a.m. We're in the main town of Coron on the island of Busuanga. We actually got an early start so we can walk up to the top of Mount Tapias, 720 steps. All right, we're at the top of Mount Tapias. It's beautiful up here. There's the cross. And we're gonna try something different. We're gonna hike down the other side rather than go back down the stairs. Try hiking down over to that other hump and then down back into the village from the backside of Mount Tapias. We've never tried that before. Usually the grass is tall, but I think they had a fire go through this whole place. So far so good. About halfway down. Well, we gotta climb that rise first. Okay, good morning. I'm heading north on Busuanga Island, coming up onto the town of Salvation. It's where my wife Sandra went to middle and high school. We're on Busuanga Island, of course, and I thought we'd take a little drive through the town of Salvation. It's the largest on the north end of the island, and it's also the seat of government for the north end of the island. Okay, let's take a drive. Let's drive up some of the streets in Salvation. Basketball court. Basketball is huge here. Most of the towns with any size to them will have a good sized basketball court. So you can see the town has some size to it. Magandang umaga. Here's the new church. It's under construction. The smaller church on the left, that's where they're practicing right now. This is our good friend Tom's restaurant, Tom and Eileen. We're good friends of ours. Nick and his wife own this restaurant. They both have small rooms for rent as well. Let's head out to the Salvation Wharf. Okay, we're coming up on the Salvation Wharf. beautiful out here this morning. If you look up, there's a radio tower up there, and just to the left of it is a little observation deck that you can hike up to. We plan on doing that in the next couple of weeks. These are the government buildings. We're still in Salvation, of course. Wow. A lot of young people out exercising this morning. That's great. Municipal Hall. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Have a good day. When they put po at the end of something, like good morning po, that's a sign of respect for someone who's older or of kind of a higher standing. In my case, it's because I'm older. It's really pleasant to experience how much they respect people that are older. A little bit different from the US, that's for sure. Okay, that's Salvation. So now it's about 5 miles from here to, oh, we'll let this guy go. 5 miles from here to the village we live in, called Old Busuanga. So I'll turn off the camera and then turn it on for a couple of highlights of the road between here and our village. Here we're coming up on kind of a landmark on the short road from Salvation to Old Busuanga. It's called the Old Steel Bridge, which of course was the only bridge here across the Busuanga River for as long as I could remember. I'm not sure how long ago they built the new bridge, but the old bridge is right next to it, so we'll get off on that and take a look at the Busuanga River. All right, the Busuanga River. This might be the largest river on the island. I suspect it might be, but I can't say for sure. I think I mentioned on an earlier video that we have paddled up from our house just past this bridge. Eventually we want to try following the river up as far as we can. Those are swiftlets, I believe. There, another view of the Busuanga River heading to the interior. I believe the palm-like fronds here are nipa. They use that to make the thatch for a lot of the roofs here. Very nice. Riding through the small town of Banaba. Gandang umaga. Okay, we're gonna take a short detour, look at a piece of property that a family friend owns. It's quite spectacular, we think. No house on it yet. But when and if they can put one up, it's gonna be beautiful. First, I gotta climb up to it, though. Okay. I may have to walk this. Grown up, so it's a bit harder to see, but there's the big bay that we live on. Some islands out there. I'm trying to remember the names, but I've forgotten. But this is the house site. I believe the person owns the fields down here too. Has somebody grow rice and then takes a portion of the proceeds. Okay, we're off of the house site coming down on the fields below. It's really beautiful when the fields are flooded. So yeah, quite beautiful. Okay, let's head back to the main road and over to Old Busuanga. Okay, this is Old Busuanga. Most of it is off of the main road here though. We'll make a left turn right around this bend. My wife has built this little religious retreat called Holy Land of Busuanga. We'll take a look there. We live right next to it, but yeah, she's worked with an architect to build a pretty impressive little place. Be fun to show it off to you. So let's look at Old Busuanga now. Coming up on the elementary school on the left here. Good morning. Over on the right here, that's their basketball court. Prerequisite basketball court. Here's the elementary school. There are two main roads here. There are some smaller dirt roads up and back here, but two main paved roads. Good morning. Good. Oh, this is Jiro coming up. That's the name of the dog that lived with us briefly before he got tired of living out where we are and moved back into town. Good morning, Jiro. Well, hello, boy. Well, hello. How are you? Oh, he's such a sweetheart. It's just his family lived here in town. Yes, you're a good boy. So he moved back. Good morning. Here's the water station. We only drink water here that's been filtered and gone through reverse osmosis. It's pretty cheap, big 5-liter containers for about 50 cents. But we use town water for washing and cooking and stuff. Take a ride out to our small wharf. So this is the Busuanga River. Remember earlier we were at the steel bridge. This is downriver. Out off this way is open ocean. It's beautiful paddling through here. All lined by mangrove. See lots of kingfishers and other assorted birds. Waders and egrets, stuff like that. Okay, we'll kind of go over and take part of the next main road out to our house.
Hello, Scotty.
Hello, magandang umaga. My camera's going, is that okay? No?
Huh?
Is it okay if my camera's going? Can I introduce you? This is Bungay, our close family friend who owns a small shop here, and she's also a newly elected government official. What's your title?
Barangay Kagawad.
Barangay Kagawad.
Council.
Part of the council.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's a good friend of ours.
What?
Oh, you want...
I have money to give you.
Oh, you do? Okay, maybe later, okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay, now we're heading out towards the coast and our property. Well, Sandra's property. I'm just along for the ride. Morning. Hello. Okay. Starting at this fence line, this is ours. That's the generator house. And this is a small little market she wants to eventually open to rent stalls to people. We'll see how that goes. Her retreat is back through here on the right, and we'll go walk through that eventually, but The house is back further here. Gandang umaga. And that's all ocean out there. So yeah, this is all my wife's vision. We have some big, beautiful trees on the property. This is a big, huge ipil tree that we made sure we left in place. Had to adapt the wall a little bit, but well worth it, of course. And some other beautiful trees through here. We tried to keep as many of the trees as possible. All right. Okay, let's walk in, and then I'll switch to the handheld camera, and we'll do a little walk through the house part of the area, and maybe later today or tomorrow morning I'll view some of her religious retreat. But yeah, this is it. This is a little Bahay Kubo she had built before the house. But the house kind of grew over towards it, but we're able to keep it. But yeah, let's switch over to handheld now. We'll take a walk through the property. Okay, we're actually gonna walk around the house part of the property now, and I think tomorrow I'll shoot some of the retreat and introduce some of the people that are working for Sandra. Like I said, that's a Bahay Kubo. It's actually kind of a nice place to sit. It was a nicer place when we didn't have the garage. You can see they're a bit close, but we weren't sure exactly where the house was going to be built when they actually did this. And our carport and a storage area. Got a little scooter back there. This area in between I planted just recently. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And of course these are peanuts. I'm told you can see the little yellow flowers. The more flowers you get, the more peanuts there'll be. Be interesting how that turns out. This is our van. It's getting really dirty. This is going to be a little carport here, so that'll help keep it in better shape. Now this is kind of the front door over here. I haven't planted out this area in front here. It's kind of a difficult spot. It gets a lot of hot sun during the dry season, and so things are struggling out here. And then we have a pretty big back deck all the way around here. See the ocean in the distance. We're pretty happy with how this turned out. It's fairly cool back here. I mean, it's the hot time of year, so it's still pretty hot and muggy, but at least in here it's reasonably comfortable. And of course, that's our view from the back deck here. More of the carport. Of course, this is where we hang clothes after they're washed. This is a driftwood, kind of a what would you call it? A driftwood lattice to put orchids on once I'm done with it. It needs to be tied off, but kind of happy with how that turned out. More the Bahay Kubo. More plants going in here. I haven't quite finished it up yet. Now let's take a walk out to the beach. You can hear all the birds in the background. It really is pretty amazing the different kind of birds we get through here. Kingfishers, parrots, bee eaters, sunbirds, starlings. It's pretty amazing. And this is the beach. Now there's no reef right here, but it's still nice to get in the water. Water's a tad cool this time of year, but still quite nice. And our property extends to, I don't know if you can see the coconut that's kind of growing straight out and then up. It's kind of low to the ground. That's kind of the end of our property here. And all back in there is her religious retreat. So yeah, it's quite nice. It is hot though. This time of year we're kind of waiting for the rains to come. You get a little bit of reprieve in like November through February, and then it starts to warm up pretty good. I mean, it's always warm, but it's especially hot during the day now. So yeah, we'll walk up here to our gate. Rio Playa has a very nice piece of property because they've got ocean front out here, and then they're along the river over there. Kind of interesting property. But yeah, here's the house from the other side of the fence. Okay, and that's the house and the property surrounding it. And later I'll shoot some video of the, like I said, of the religious retreat. Okay, I'm outside of the gate that goes into the retreat that Sandra has built. The gate's set up. We're going to have a cement driveway put in through here. Still a lot of construction going on. So this is the grounds of her religious retreat. There straight ahead is the welcome center, and then villas over here. We have this is going to be a small marketplace over here. Over here we have our generator back here. A lot of construction. Concrete coming in for our driveway. Let's look back here. There's some of the crew. We're having a well dug out here, so that's where crew's around for right now. Water is an issue here in the dry season. You wouldn't think so, but it is. The town has a small well. Onad, can you say hi to the camera? Hi. This is Onad. He's the foreman out here, the head guy. These are the lines. There's going to be a nice driveway built up here. Hey Mina, can I introduce you guys? This is Mina in the middle. She's our supervisor. She's the one who pretty much takes care of guests when they come in. And Monette and Daisy, and they work for her. Can we go look into one of the rooms in the villa now?
Yes, sir.
So we have 2 villas. Each one has 5 rooms. They all have a... Oh, it's open. Good. Thank you. And they all have a view of the ocean. They're pretty modest, but comfortable. I think we're charging 2,000 pesos?
2,500, sir.
2,500?
Yes, sir.
Oh, $50 a night. Wow. Thank you. So yeah, they're pretty basic. And like I said, we have 10 of those. And Sandra is thinking eventually she'd like a swimming pool out here. But I don't know how soon we'll do that. If the water is an issue, so the well has to be a good well, or maybe we'll have a cistern to be able to store more water. The other rooms, it is nice back here, and I think I showed some video earlier of the beach, but it's I think she wants to have eventually an event hall here, but for right now she has a retreat house that will have bunk beds in it and a kitchen, and for larger groups. Let's take a peek in here. I'm not sure what it looks like. Oops. There we go. Oh. So not quite finished, but looks pretty comfortable. Oh, thank you, Mina. So that's the retreat house. And let's take a walk over to the welcome center. That has where eventually I think she plans on serving breakfast, because in our little village there's really not any restaurants, so we almost have to provide at least breakfast, I think. This is the welcome center we're having. You can see the solar panels on top. We're eventually going to be off-grid is the plan. So yeah, this is the welcome center. And so this is where guests will be checked in. I think the kitchen is probably closed right now. It's a pretty modest kitchen. I don't know, we'll see if that can kind of get an idea here. But for guests, this is pretty much it. Like I said, pretty modest, but this was all Sandra's vision for her retreat, and she has built I don't know if you call it stations of the cross or different stations here to pray and reflect, I guess. So there's one of them. And there's a pathway, and this is something she charges $1 for guests to come in and access this area and the beach if they like as well. 50 pesos, which is about $1. And this is her grotto. I'm gonna turn on the lights. That's kind of dark. There we go. That's a bit better. There's the grotto. Oh, almost missed one. There's another one of St. Joseph, I guess. Sorry, I'm not Catholic, so this is my wife's thing. This is our water storage. Seems weird to be explaining this in the middle of the religious part of it, but we have a 8,000 liters of storage. This big silver tank is actually going to be built off the ground so it can be gravity fed. There's public restrooms in here for day visitors. Go. Another one. And she has two more. We had a lot of visitors here during Holy Week. Nice. And the last one. And we'll take a walk out to the beach one last time. And once again, that's the beach.
Hello guys.
And this is Rocky. He's one of the workers here as well. Husband of Monette. Yes. And Onad is actually the husband of Daisy. But yeah, that's it. Okay, we're this is the restaurant. It's out over the water. You like to come here in the evenings, and it's quite nice.
Okay.
And the food's good. Most
I already
important
ordered kare-kare and
Yeah.
have to go pee.
Here's our view from our table. And we get to watch the sunset from here.
Hey.
So, this is our food. I ordered the kare-kare, and she got the fish escabeche.
Sweet and sour.
Oh, sweet and sour fish? Is that what it is? Okay. Pretty much we're predictable, so this is what we get each time. Okay, I'm gonna finish this video, even though it's really long. I'm gonna add some more, but Mina and I started this, but she gets most of the credit, have put together this lattice work to hang orchids on. She's the one who taught me how to tie off the coconut husks around the roots of the orchids. And I think it really turned out nice. Really excited. This one here was already flowering when we got it, but it'll be fun to see these others eventually flower. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. So that's it for this video.